Pretty serious, dude. Pretty serious, dude. Are you going to be daddy's boy? Huh? Say good mornings. Say I've been eating and playing and pooping. I'm so tired. I've been playing with brother Eli today, this morning, early. I kept everybody up half the night because I'm so needy. I'm so needy. So Mom got out to help Dad out because it's Dad's puppy. But Mom is carrying baby just like she did all of her other babies. Yes, she is. So I'm so little, but I'm mighty. Oh my goodness. Oh, listen, he's going sleepy down. Okay. Oh. Don't wake the baby. So, good late morning. We're back up here in the barn. Welcome back to Appalachia's Homestead. It's getting a little rough out here, so we're back up working. Are you doing okay out there? Kansas, honey? You're on our mind. Give me a hug. So, good morning, guys. Welcome to Appalachia's Homestead. I'm going to walk out here while we've got a 5-minute break because we are currently somewhere between 32 and 34 degrees. It's like it's bouncing, and depending upon what the participation, I'm sleep deprived from a puppy. The precipitation, depending upon what it's hitting, obviously is going to determine how quickly it freezes. Any metal whatever's coming down, metal or glass or colder surfaces, is immediately freezing right now. Windshields, anything exposed with gates, etc. Okay? But the driveway is slushy to just wet. So we'll see how this rolls for our weather situation. Let me put it to you this way. We have moved our cars, the truck and my little car up here to the driveway in hopes that we could get out a little bit better if we needed to, because we have hills in our driveway. But at the same time, honey, I ain't going nowhere, okay? Nowhere. I do hope, if it gets windier than this, I'll go back to the car, guys. I don't have my microphone. I got a new microphone, another one for outdoor conditions. And I'm a goober and forgot it, so just go with it. Here's the deal. I'm going to make this video about our newest addition to the farm. And I want to tell you all about it real quick. We'll have tons of footage and information coming up and videos and fun and whatever. But I want to go ahead and do this. It just happens to be within the time frame of this winter storm coming through all week. Actually, we're a little more concerned in a couple of days, starting like Tuesday. And then we're looking at snow into the late week. We'll see how it rolls. But all I know is we hate working in ice. It's probably all my glasses right now. All right, so let's get this party started. We got everybody in as much as we can when this weather started. It literally started as some rain, just a little bit of Smoky Mountain rain, right? And then we threw on our clothes again, came out. By the time I got to the vehicle, the whole windshield was icing over. So we're bouncing at 32, 33. Just enough to inconvenience everything. We are using the collapsible hose up here at the barn. I've tried using those this last year. Let me tell you a secret on those. They're awesome for the 25-foot measure only. When you start, in our situation, I got 3 of them, and I thought I'll put them all together, collapse them, bring them in so the puppies didn't chew them, etc., etc. Well, it just wouldn't work. So in one 25-foot section, if you can make that work, it's great. But you won't get enough pressure to go through all 3, at least in my experience at my house. So we've got one up here. Everybody's cozy. It's cozy right now, but ice is super inconvenient. You know, obviously, if you need ice cleats, some of you folks, please have a set of those for your boots. I've got some, James have some, and I've sent some to Lou because she goes down and tends to her chickens, and we don't need her slipping and falling, right? So we have a new baby in the house, and I know you want to know all about him. This is not the video that I wanted. I really would prefer that we have him, we're outside. James is talking because it is James's baby. Well, it's my baby, but it's technically first and foremost, it is. That's the truth. I'm gonna make him get on film, and I'm gonna have him tell you the story so you can stop saying chirp. It was really hard to twist my arm, So we do have a new baby. He's at the house. Real quick, it was less than a 24-hour turnaround to rescue this puppy. And it is a little tiny wee puppy. I personally, I think it's around 6 to 7 weeks. Okay. And, so someone that we know that we've bought hay from, great couple, contacted James. What is today? Today is Sunday. So that would have been on Friday, late Friday. All of a sudden, James leans over to me and he's like, what do you think about this puppy? And I immediately know what's going on. And I went, what's the deal? The non-animal person is bringing the puppy to the animal. He claims to be non-animal. Don't believe that. Shh. So, Bigfoot loves everybody, right? So anyway, and I just said, well, what's the deal? And he said, well, I'm getting some details. Here's the long story, very short. In our localized region, there is family and friends and stuff, so I'm going to be respectful here. There was a farmer. He lived by himself, and unfortunately, he passed away. Okay? And he had a variety of animals, and he loved livestock guardian dogs, particularly the Great Pyrenees. And he also had a Caucasian shepherd. Feel free to look that one up. OVCHARKA, right? I call it OVCHARKA. Maybe they may say OVCHARKA. It depends on who says it, I guess. You can correct me. I know somebody will. But if you correct me, make sure you spell my name right, because nobody spells my name right, even though it's in my description. It's Patara. There's no E up in that. Anyway, I'm teasing you. So, long story short, like I said, we found out that basically the farm is under rescue. You have local family folks, friends, farmers that are basically helping take over to take the animals. And so this was the last puppy in an entire litter. So the sire itself is a full Caucasian shepherd. Some people call them wolf killers, bear dogs, prison guards. You feel free to look that up. I'm not going to go into, in this video, I'm not going to go into a full description of this beast. Wonderful beast. A very serious livestock guardian dog. And when I looked at the puppy, I looked at James and I said, what are they telling you this puppy is? And he said, they think it's a Pyrenees. Because remember, these are folks coming in. They don't have the full context of everything everything. They're just trying to rescue and to, get everything organized and helped and safe. And I looked at James, I said, that is not a full Pyrenees. That is not a full Pyrenees. I'm telling you right now, listen to me. And he was like, so anyway, conversation progressed, and I'm like, finally just looked at James. I'm like, are you wanting to take the puppy? And he was like, I said, this is your decision. Because I know we have a lot of things going on right now. It's going great, but we have a lot of things going on right now. Remember, yes, we have Bruce and Yona, and I just got Eli a couple weeks ago, and he is so awesome, y'all. I've got Eli to come up here with Enoli. We just had Enoli. It's been a lot of dog business. It's dog business a lot right now. And I said, okay, here's the deal. You know how I feel about things, but I'm letting you make this decision. James. I said, this is you. I sure did. Well, he was thinking about it and get information, and we got a phone call and we talked the next morning, and I said, what do you want to do? And he said, I'm taking the puppy. I said, okay. So that's how that went. Well, then they called back. This is where it gets interesting. They called back as we were literally about ready to leave, and they said, we want to let you know we have more information because you have different people working together. This puppy is the last puppy of the litter. If you don't take it, we think we have someone that will, but at the same time, we want you to understand this is not a full Pyrenees. And I looked over at James like, and because I'd already told him what I thought it was, mixed with 2 choices. And I said, I'm telling you right now. Anyway, so they said, are you familiar with a Russian bear dog? And I looked at James and I said, remember what I showed you first last night? So long story short, Mama was right. I mean, look at the puppy. You can quickly tell, no. This is not a full Pyrenees situation. Well, so long story short, we went down there, we got it. It's working out great. All of the dogs, to my knowledge, have been or are being rescued in a sense, taken in, adopted. They're being adopted. So no, this wasn't going and buying from a breeder or anything like that. This is literally a puppy that is everybody's being taken in as quickly as possible, especially with this weather. These dogs and puppies and whatnot didn't have a farmer to be, like today, right now, assisting them in ice. So they wanted to get things moving as quickly and as safely as possible, and they are doing that. So I just want to rest assured. And I know 2 other people that have taken animals. I love these people, so it's working out. If it doesn't, I will assist if I can. I'll let you know. But as far as everything that I've seen and know of, it's going good. Okay, so just thumbs up. So we have this puppy. I told James, you have to name him. I'm not naming him. It's your baby. You made the call here. He said, I want to name him Ivan. So he named him Ivan. I kind of liked the name, go ahead. I liked the name Georgia, not for the state, not for the dogs, and not for the SEC and all that, but because you will find these breeds of dogs literally in the country of Georgia as well. So they look it up. It's super impressive. Now, this is going to bring a different element to the farm. I will tell you that right now. I have one Great Pyrenees. I just put her in I just showed her yesterday, didn't I, or the day before, Cora. She's down towards closer to the house. She's getting older, okay? And she's half Anatolian. So I have a Great Pyrenees and half Anatolian. All of the other Great Pyrenees that I've had or do have now are full Pyrenees. I take that back. Cochise, who I lost back in the summertime, my oldest, to be generic, his mama's mama had some CAUCASIAN in her. So DNA-wise, he did have some CAUCASIAN mixed in a little bit there, but he was predominantly Great Pyrenees. His mama, I mean, you wouldn't have known that by looking at him. And, of course, he was all double-dewed out, double-dew clawed. And so, anyway, so we have this new puppy. Currently, he's living in the house next to Eli. Eli is big brother. And Eli, let me tell you, so Yona and Bruce do come in and out still. They are not neutered yet, as you know. They spend a lot of time outdoors, but like in this weather, I'm bringing them in overnight when it gets certain time of night. I bring them in. I'm trying to protect them. They've never climbed. They've never dug. Well, I mean, they've dug in my garden some, but I mean, but I'm overprotective of my livestock guardian dogs. They do not roam my properties, never have. I have horse fencing. We have to be very specific in terms of who we separate everybody. Every dog is separated when it eats. It is a lot of work, but I try my best to keep tension and aggression down. I try very hard to keep them within a perimeter on my property. They do not free roam. I don't believe in that. I think that's wrong. All you're doing is asking for trouble for a dog doing what it instinctively does, which they can roam, which again is why it's important to know your breed, know how to acclimate, know that you should spay and neuter. Some folks, I will tell you, I know some of you already made comments. No, I do not have plans to breed this. When this puppy becomes an adult, I do not have plans to breed him. I'm not a breeder. I do not breed dogs on my farm. I'm a major advocate of spay and neuter simply because you don't have to go out. I don't have to breed Great Pyrenees and CAUCASIANs and Anatolians and Caucasian Shepherd dogs to get one, because there is an abundance, okay? So you do what works best for you. I'm not speaking against it per se, obviously, but I'm just saying I don't do that, because if I bred, I would never give the puppies away. I would have an immediate litter of 12 puppies, and that'd be all mine. So I know this about myself. You know this about me. So no, I do not have plans. And it was so ironic, because isn't it funny that this beast, I'm calling him my beast. He's my little beast. I just had Enoli spayed. And that is because I have other Great Pyrenees that are still intact. And I just know. I just feel that's the responsible thing for my farm, okay? So no, I'm not breeding any puppies. This isn't a puppy mill. In fact, we've never had puppies. Are you kidding? I would never get rid of them. Or kittens, because I'd never get rid of them. Because I love them. And getting rid is not even the word. But I can't. It's just too much for me. So long story short, Ivan is his name. Yes, it is James's baby, but I'm going to tell you right now, he loves his mama. And his mama is being adopted out. From what I understand, the sire did not make it. So if you're asking about Papa, I have been told that he unfortunately passed. Don't have the details on that, but everything, and it hasn't been recent. It's been a while. So I don't know the details of that. It is what it is. And the sire, who is the Papa, I have been told he was bought and shipped in from Russia. So I understand what I've got here. It's going to take an enormous amount of training, just because based on, he is a half-breed, but he's dominant in being what he is. You can, honestly, he's so little right now. He just looks like a bear, but, it'll be interesting to see what traits he comes out with as he progresses and matures over the next couple of weeks, months, and whatever. It's going to be interesting to see what he turns out to look like. I'm hoping that the Great Pyrenees side of him, if I may use this language, will soften him just a little bit. Every dog is different. Cora, who is half Pyrenees, half Anatolian, is Anatolian dominant. I mean, looking at her, you're like, is that a mixed dog? But you know immediately what she is. And her personality is completely different than Enoli. Although, I will tell you, when Enoli was spayed, we had her spayed about right after Thanksgiving. She spent 2.5 weeks in the house for her to heal. It was cold. I didn't want her incision to get infected. She's doing great now. She would go down with Cora through the fence, and she dominated her. See, that's how I know Cora is getting Enoli. Enoli, who's my young, full Great Pyrenees, my girl, was dominating Cora. Cora is getting elderly. So she goes in it. I'll tell you where Cora lives. Cora lives in my basement. And she goes in and out to the chickens with the other dogs, the side yard, and that area. But she has full shelter. I have a little portion of my basement that is an unfinished basement. I mean, it's an unfinished basement. But it has electricity and lighting and shelving and the kennels that we need. So these dogs, when they come in to sleep, they've got their own areas. When they eat, they've got their own areas. But then they have access to protect the home and go in and out. As long as we have the door shut or open determines that, obviously. But that protects them from weather, Cora from weather. But Cora's turned out to be mammal. She's going to be with us for quite a long time still because she's in great health, but she is getting older. She's 7. So it's interesting to watch how Enoli, who you see up here with my goats, honey, when she wants to turn it on, she can turn it on. So what I'm getting at with this jibber jabber of right now is don't underestimate the Great Pyrenees whatsoever. But if you study livestock guardian dogs, and I am no expert by a long shot, but what all the seminars and the conference classes we've had with our conference and the training and reading that we've done, I can tell you there can be, let me put it to you this way, there can be a real big step up from, say, Great Pyrenees, in my opinion, to a little bit more intense with the Anatolian, and I would say we're going up the chain quite a bit with the Caucasian Shepherd. So I'm hoping he looks a lot like his daddy, because his daddy, I was told, was over 200 pounds. That's fine with me. It'll eat a lot, but I'm just saying that with that type of power and muscle, if he softened just a hair, I'm okay with that too. So I just want him to be friendly. So we're trying to act. That puppy is with me, loving on James, loving on sitting with the kitty cats. Olive is mothering him. He's playing with Eli. He's smaller than Eli right now. We are just acclimating these two puppies together. Bruce and Yona, through the crate only, are sniffing and checking them out. We bring them out. So we're going to be bringing him a lot up to the barn as soon as we get past this weird weather and he gets just a little bit bigger in a couple more days. He's going to be with me, like, you know how you see homesteaders carrying a baby around when they do their chores? I'm going to be carrying around a puppy. Eli's too big for me to carry, but baby doll Ivan is not yet. We're going to continue to acclimate. We're just trying to get through the next couple of days, this cold weather and ice and stuff. Right now, we're getting them used to each other. And we're getting them used to us, and we're making sure he's really getting all the nourishment he needs. We're hopefully weather dependent. Both puppies are going to the vet this week. Everybody else is fully taken care of. So they're going to be totally seen and all that. So I just want to let you know everything's going great. Well, guys, I talked a little bit more than I thought I would. I appreciate you being here. I will have more footage. This may be a long video by default because I'll put footage at the front. I'll let you see everything going on. It's just a lot of play, a lot of love, a lot of kisses, a lot of acclimation to us, trust, Eli especially. And because here's what happens real fast. My dogs that you see that are closer to my house, they run up to the fence, and Enoli is running down to them, and Cora runs over. It's like they all sit there and bark and check in with each other through fencing, of course, to keep them safe. Because the last thing I ever want is for my dogs to, have problems with each other. And I'm very sensitive to the possibility of that, always have been. So I tend to be a helicopter mama. I just am. But we've been doing this quite a while, and so far that approach with these types of dogs has worked. It takes years, 2 to 3 years total, each dog, and a lot of paying attention and whatnot and training. But so far, what I'm saying is, if you have the property, you need really good fencing. They need boundaries. These dogs absolutely bond hard to whatever they're around. So we want them to trust us first and foremost, and then we quickly work with everything else around us. I hope this makes sense. A lot more coming, I promise. This is just getting you used to seeing Ivan and Eli. They're something, two totally different puppies. I mean, it's interesting because Ivan's like, he's on a little bit defensive because he's so small compared to everybody else. He's a new environment, but it's interesting to see just in the last 48 hours, he's already turning into like, I love you. He's turning into a love muffin. I don't think he's going to be a love muffin, in terms of, he's going to do his job. So we do have plans for him to be up here. We're just going to take our time to get there, and we're going to do it right. Time and effort. Like, subscribe, and share. Pray, prep, and be peaceful. Aren't you glad you're prepared today? Because you might be home for a couple of days. See, here's another example. But please stay safe. Check on your elderly. Bring your pets in, folks. A little bit of snow is fun for dogs. Cold temperatures, a lot of these animals can deal with. Ice and freezing rain is a different, quote, beast, end quote. So please do your best with your hay and straw, shelter. Make good judgment calls, folks. Ice baby is no joke. Love you guys. I know you're gonna have a ton of questions, and don't worry, you're gonna see all these babies. They're too cute. And yes, I'm telling you the truth about James. Because I looked at him and I said, oh no, it's gonna be your decision. And he was like, I'm taking the puppy. And I was like, you sucker. But hey, I mean, you know, Bigfoot needs a beast too, baby, okay? All right. Guys, I love you. Stay safe. God bless. Godspeed. Keep it together. Keep praying. Keep doing all the good things. All the good things. And I'll see you on the next video.